Okay, so parents, today's lesson is going to be a bully-proof lesson. And so we're going to work on some things that kids can practice to make themselves not a target of a bully, and also things that they can do when they are a target of a bully. And what's great about us all being quarantined and stuck away from the normal population that would bully us is we can practice some of these things, and maybe by the time we're back in school, we'll have some confidence in our skills, okay? So to start off with, we're gonna do a little exercise. Now this is gonna take a parent helping out with the children, or an older sibling, or somebody else that's in the house, because since you guys live together, hopefully it's safe for you to touch each other. We're gonna do the handshake drill, okay? And so what the handshake drill is to show body language in 3 different ways, okay? So first off, I'm gonna show shaking hands with Riley. So it's like I'm introducing myself to Miss Riley, but like I'm scared of her, okay? So I'm gonna use really scared body language, okay? So shoulders up, eyes down. Hi, Miss Riley. My name's Alex. It's nice to meet you. Okay, so that's an example of maybe I'm scared or intimidated. So that's a body language that's not good for avoiding bullies. It might attract bullies, okay? Then there's an aggressive introduction. Hi, Riley, it's really nice to meet you. Right? And that one's super aggressive and might cause you the opposite problems. Might attract somebody's aggression back to you. So what we want is to practice positive body language that's assertive, not aggressive. Okay? So I'm going to make good eye contact. We practice it at the end of class anyway. I'm going to make good eye contact. I'm going to have a decent grip. Hi, it's nice to meet you. Right? And so I want to just be friendly. Okay? So this is an exercise that you can do with your kids. And do practice all 3. And the reason you practice all 3 is we want the kids and the adults to recognize how body language plays a role in how other people perceive you. Okay, so do that exercise at home, and we'll cut off this video and start a new one. Okay, the next drill if you're practicing at home is we want to work on palm heels. So you can see easily if I have the fence, I have my hands up, I don't want any trouble, it's pretty easy to pop out a palm heel, right? So this will put us in a position where we're de-escalating, which means we're trying to make a person not mad at us anymore, but we're also in a position where we could block or we could strike. And so we're gonna work on our palm heels, so everybody put your hands up, and let's go ahead and put your left leg in the front. We'll do a little mirror magic here. All right, and we're gonna use our lead hand and shoot out a palm heel. It's like doing a jab, but you're shooting your palm out, right? So let's do like 5 of those. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're gonna use the rear hand the same way we would across, so same body motion, turning the foot, rotating in, but we're gonna do it with an open hand, hitting with the bottom of our palm. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we want to have a little bit of fun hitting the air here. We want to tell people to get away from us, right? So I want to say something that if somebody was standing around watching, they would look and see if I needed help, okay? So I'm going to say get back. I like to use 2 words when I'm using 2 strikes, like get back. It's like having little ki-eyes. But if I ki-eye, people think I'm playing karate. So in this case, instead of ki-eye, I'm going to use words. So we have our hands up. We got our little fence, we were all friendly, and then we decided that we have to strike, okay? So we're gonna say get back, and we're gonna throw the left hand and then the right hand. Ready? Go. Get back! Get back! Get back! Get back! Get back! So that's a cool drill for teaching you to use your words as well as your hands. Practice at home kit, then you have a pad similar to this one, okay? And if you do, then you can use this pad for this drill. If you do not have this pad, a couch pillow that's kind of firm, or a bed pillow that's kind of firm, or anything that would be relatively soft on the hitter but offer some protection for the holder, you can use that holding it against your chest. I want you to hold it against your chest, so whoever is the partner, make sure they're big enough and strong enough to hold it against their chest, because that's going to give my student some feedback about whether they can get me to move away from them. So if she's got her fence and I'm moving towards her, when I get too close, okay, now too close would be if she was hand talking and her hand was turned palm up, don't strike her or anything. This is how she knows I'm too close. She's gonna have this visual range that I'm kind of inside this, okay? But she doesn't, I can do it where if you touch me. So if I'm holding my hands out and you walk into my hands, then that might be my cue to go. But since we're already in a more ready to hit fence, then she doesn't have to wait for me to touch her. She has to wait till I'm about right here, okay? So I'm gonna move in and she's gonna double shot me with get back, okay? Here we go. Get back! And I should be moving back if she does it right. Get back! Good, maybe not flawed. Get back! Good, so she should be able to stop my momentum. Get back! Good, not pushing but striking. Get back! Good, because she's hitting my upper body, and so that gives me some body shock and makes me move backwards. Pushing can make her off balance, plus it doesn't send the same message as hitting. And I'm hitting the chest right now, but if it was a real bad guy, then I might hit the chin. And with an open hand, especially with claws like Miss Riley's, then she can add in eye attacks if it was like a real bad guy, like a child predator or somebody who was really trying to hurt you, okay? But since we're thinking about bullies, we want to use techniques that don't necessarily cause destructive damage unless that's what's called for. All right, so the next version of this drill, if I could get Miss Riley to hold this, is instead of throwing 2 palm heels, one at a time, I'm going to throw 2 palm heels at the same time. Now, what I don't want is a push, okay? What I want, what Ms. Brayla called it, is like when you shock somebody back to life, that kind of electric shock to happen, okay? So I don't really want Miss Riley to take 10 steps back. I want her to feel a whole bunch of force and step a step or 2 back, okay? So I'm in my fence, and I'm going to use 2 hands at the same time, so I'm going to use one word. So a word I like is stop, okay? Stop! So you see, she took one big step, but it was a violent action, right? Ready? Stop! Okay, so that's the drill. I'm going to let Miss Riley try it a couple of times on me. So she's in her fence. She's going to use a lot of volume so that she's giving me a command, but she's also going to give me a good strong pop. Stop! Nice. Stop! Good. One more time. Stop! Good. Now, Miss Riley's doing it exactly right. If you find that your child, if this is a parent watching, if you find that your child is pushing, you have to kind of tell them, okay? What you want to feel is kind of some shock and awe, right? So go, stop, like that. Okay, I didn't move as far, but I felt it a lot, okay? And so that's the next drill that we're working, right? Okay, so in the next drill, if you have a safe wall space to work from, so safe wall space is 2 things: safety for the person against the wall, but safety for your wall, right? So we're not doing it against this wall, okay? But if you've got like wood paneling or something like that, that might be safe to do. Brick wouldn't be so safe because I might get scratched. So this is just an extra drill for if you have a space, maybe even a space outside that would work, okay? So Miss Riley is going to crowd me all the way up against the wall. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a push with my first palm heel to make space, and then a hit. Stop! Right? So I'm pushing and stopping. She shoves me in. I need to make space. I want to get up and protect my head. Push away. Stop! Right? So that's that drill. Let's let Miss Riley try. So first, protect yourself, because if I was really shoving you against the wall, I might be hitting you. Right? But we're just going to drill. So make space and hit. Stop! Good. Okay? And then maybe as an extra, get off the wall. Right? So once you push away and you hit, then cut out of there. Right? Stop! Yes. So that she's learning to escape. One more time. Stop! Good. All right. And break. So last thing, kids and parents, I want you to pay attention to, we have the new student handbook. If you have not got a copy of the new student handbook, send me an email, alice@mcclearypma.com, and ask me for a PDF of this book because you need it, okay? And in this book on pages, I don't have my glasses, 18 and 19, We have a bunch of information about bully buster concepts. So today's class was a bully buster class, all right? And so in here it tells you how to define bullying so you can understand whether or not somebody is bullying you or whether or not they're just kind of picking at you in a way that's not defined as bullying. And it uses the language that schools usually consider the right terminology, so it helps parents when they're reporting, but it also helps you when you're deciding, is this guy bullying me, or is, you know, he just coming on strong or whatever. So I encourage you to read these 2 pages and really understand this. Part of it is for parents, and when you see the yellow, those are definitely tips for parents, but parents and kids should read these other parts and really understand what you can do to avoid being bullied, to stop bullying from happening once it's started, and also how you can help someone else who might be bullied. So all that information is in here. So remember, if you don't have this version of the student handbook, send me an email and ask for it, and I will send you a PDF copy of the book. And that's today's lesson.